This is Jennifer Campbell, and I'm going to be presenting some information about the USMCA or NAFTA 2.0. This is the US, Mexico, and Canadian agreement. Slide 2 is a timeline showing how we got from 1854 to January 2020, what happened in between, what happened after October 2018, and why is it relevant now. Here we see what did happen after October of 2018. The leaders of each of the 3 member countries sat down. They informally approved it in October, and then the 3 signed on November 30th as part of the G20 summit. Some quick facts on the USMCA. One of the largest impacts is going to be number 2, that it will have a profound impact on the auto industry. We also we're going to see 176,000 jobs added. Interesting fact, in November alone, we had already added more than that. Right now, the current status of the USMCA is that even though the 3 leaders signed back in November of 2018, each had to take it back to their home country and go through an internal domestic process, and that's where we are now. So they need to be ratified. Mexico was the first country to ratify. It's been fully ratified since June 2019. The United States, our Congress, just finally passed it. It's going over to President Trump for signing. And Canada needs the House of Commons to reconvene. Here I wanted to point out why this is more relevant maybe on the gained and conceded. Less wage competition with Mexico and the wage advantages that Mexico is going to be giving away. Big thing is in the auto industry, most have to be $16 an hour. So here we see the key differences between USMCA and NAFTA. When I was doing my research, I did read that there are more similarities than differences, but here we see 6 of the ones that kept coming up, and we'll go into those in detail. So first, as I had mentioned, was the auto manufacturing boost. You'll see 62.5 goes up to 75, meaning that's how much the components have to be if they want a 0 tariff. Initially, some may choose to pay that because it's expensive to move production. Labor laws strengthened. This is another big one. As I mentioned, the $16 an hour. You're going to see more protections for workers, more rights. One thing that the United States asked for and Mexico conceded was oversight, that we can come in as a country and check out what Mexico is doing and enforce those. Biologic drug control. This one was something that was pretty interesting to me because Big Pharma, which usually is a huge lobbyist in Washington, was not able to get what they wanted for the USMCA. So if you're looking top to bottom, Big Pharma, they wanted what we have here, 12 years, the U.S. for exclusivity. The Democrats said, no, we want that to remain at 10. We also don't want to increase Mexico and Canada's exclusivity periods so people can still access lower cost drugs. Dairy farmers, U.S. dairy farmers specifically, this was a big win, gave them more opportunity, more free borders. Previously, the dairy farmers of the U.S. couldn't really break into Canada, into the Canadian dairy market. Here, we do get that. We get an increase of U.S. dairy markets, allowing us to export more up north and allowing more opportunity for our dairy farmers. The environmental protections, There's some naysayers, Bernie Sanders being one of them, saying this did not go far enough. Also, the president of the Sierra Club saying what they agreed to in the USMCA could have been taken a lot further. What it does give us is agreement provides $600 million to address environmental problems in the region, makes regulations easier to enforce. And as I'm reading this, I noticed I didn't take out these 2 bullet points, which were initially on my labor slide. So please ignore those. Intellectual property. This was a big one because it really didn't have anything in NAFTA with a digital age since 1994 when it was originally written. We certainly made a lot of technological digital leaps. So here we're going to get a lot more examples of intellectual property protections like copyrights. We're going to make sure both sides of the border are protected for our artists. Last slide here, as you can see, it's my sources. There's a lot of good information. Might have tackled a little bit too much in this. Maybe could have just picked one of them and provided a lot of information for you. But if anyone's interested, let me know. I can shoot this over to you. Thank you.